Well, welcome everyone to another captivating episode of our channel where we delve into the hidden treasures and captivating neighborhoods surrounding Chicago. Today, we've embarked on a journey into the charming town of Wilmette, Illinois, a place where tranquility seamlessly blends with convenience and family values intertwined with a vibrant community spirit. There's 27,000 people who live in Wilmette. It's a great town. Situated just north of Chicago, the bustling heart, Wilmette offers a tranquil escape for those seeking a harmonious balance between suburban serenity and urban accessibility. Imagine walking up to the soothing chirping of birds surrounded by lush greenery and picturesque tree-lined streets. Envision yourself strolling through the vibrant parks, invigorated by the fresh air and the company of fellow Wilmette residents. Prepare to be captivated by the architectural charm of Wilmette's homes, each one exuding a sense of warmth and welcoming ambiance. Immerse yourself in the rich history of the suburb, evident in its well-preserved landmarks and stories they narrate. Wilmette takes immense pride in its exceptional schools, consistently ranked among the top in Illinois. Witness the unwavering dedication of educators as they instill a passion for learning, empowering students to reach their full potential. Discover a community bound by a strong sense of camaraderie, where neighbors come together to celebrate life's milestones and foster a spirit of shared purpose. Experience the vibrant energy of local events. Like the annual Wilmette Chamber of Commerce Summerfest, showcasing the town's zest for life. We won't be seeing that today because today is December 3rd and it's 42 degrees. I asked God to give me a nice sunny, warm day, and He said to me, Barry, I'll do something even better. Let me squeeze a few clouds out while you're doing your video. People will appreciate it. Looks so beautiful in this type of weather that they'll be so excited when they come back in March or April or May. So I said, God, do whatever you think is best, and I go along with it. I don't think I have a lot of choice. So we are in downtown Wilmette, and we're going to take a quick view of the shops. Not every shop, but a lot of the shops. There's some really cool shops that I think everyone should see and know about. I mean, there's a violin shop that I find fascinating. There's the old Wilmette Theater, which is unbelievably, it's not open right now, but it's about 70 years old. There's jewelry stores and just everything you can expect from a top-of-the-line suburb right off Lake Michigan, where some very wealthy people live and some people that aren't quite as wealthy. So let's take a look at downtown Wilmette. As we start off going east on Central Avenue, we're just seeing really great stores and services that every town should have. Now, how many towns have a bottle shop? I don't think many. Certainly coffee and tea is a very popular thing to have. As we get close to the corner, this has to be my all-time favorite shop, and the reason for that is my son used to play the violin, so I love it. I think it's incredible. I didn't live in Wilmette, but I lived close to Wilmette, so we used to come here. What an incredible store. Here's Pit and Tap, a wonderful restaurant. Let me move back a little bit. I gotta have a few nail shops. Every town has that. Asian and Torino. You like ramen? wonderful. If you want to open a business, here's a shop that needs a new owner. Office building, the Baker building. We're just crossing the street. I'm passing a few stores. We can't see everything, but there's lots and lots more to see. Frozen yogurt. And the good thing is I'm so early that there aren't a lot of people out right now, so we really get to see more. But if you come back in the spring or summer, I'll be out here doing one where it's bustling with kids and adults and shorts and dogs and everything. Very famous meat and poultry shop, L's Meat and Poultry Market. Here's Tito. Oh, they serve Tito's. So. Pescad. Seafood and oyster bar. Now, when I was a kid, one of the things that my parents used to take me to is the Wilmette Theater, which is coming up. We got a few stores before we get there. Napolito, which is a newer pizzeria. Very, very good, I must say. And again, this is a place we came as a kid, the Wilmette Theater. And they're still open for things, just not movies. Another favorite that I even took my own kid to, Chuck Wagon Gyros. One of the best gyros shop in all the North Shore. Koya. Wonderful place. So we're gonna cross and go to Di Gallio. This is one of the most famous of all stores because it has the latest and greatest and most expensive refrigerators, stoves, only the best. Builders buy here all the time. Now there are some less expensive places, but this is popular amongst the high-end builders. Gold Medal Cleaners, a long-established cleaner right in the heart of downtown Wilmette. People love comics, and this is a very busy store. Heroines and Heroes, next to Lambrecht's Jewelers. Where are you getting your next vacuum cleaner? How about a Kelly's? Move to Wilmette and Kelly's will give you a deal. On the corner of Central and Wilmette Avenue is the Valley Lodge Tavern. It's been here for many years. Serves a great meal. So this is just one section of downtown that I like to go through. And no reason not, because they have so many great stores that I came to as a child as well as an adult. I might stop here and get something for my wife. Chantilly lace. Has a lovely face. That's Chantilly lace. Famous footwear and Hainigs. Rolf's Salon. Next to a spa. The UPS store. Bella, which is a tile stone shop La Colonna, which is a women's clothing accessory. And then Trendy Tacos. You can see that there's a lot more going on here than that. But this is where we're stopping for right now. So we're at Plaza del Lago on this beautiful rainy day. And we come here a lot. We love to eat at Convito. We can sit outside. We generally don't eat inside. It's right next to a hot dog place and a burger place. Just a quick view across the way. There's quite a few of these very large condo buildings. And the east side, if you live on the east side, all you get is lake. So if you could see, and I mean the Lake Michigan. Let's go back a second. Convito, and then there's quite a few shops in this plaza. CVS, they have a big Jewel. CVS used to be Crate and Barrel, but they've left. It's one of the few places where there's still a Burhops, which is a wonderful seafood to bring home. You can see it right there next to Big City Optical, and then there's a Starbucks. And once again, you get maybe a little bit better view as I go closer to the lake, and in between these two buildings right there. Let's see if we could enlarge the screen. Now, you can't have a boat. There's no harbors. It's about view. You want view, and you want view of the lake. This is where you get it. You go across the lake far enough, you'll be in Michigan. But we're in Wilmette, and we've got a couple other stops. So let's see what's here. So we're going to see what's between Sheridan Road, which was one of the great roads, the furthest east big street. That's not even a big street. It's usually 2 or 4 lane, but only residential. It goes through every major North Shore town and Lake Michigan. There's only a block here and then park. So here's what you could see or buy. It's not your typical house in Wilmette. Most of the houses are a little bit older. Anything close to the lake near Sheridan Road is million plus. But it's not just about that. We're just showing you these because they're interesting. Like me, I don't live in a house like this. And a lot of people don't live in a house like this. They like to see houses like this, but they don't live in houses like this. They live in smaller houses, nice houses, great houses. But because of the location, because you're right on the lake, you're paying more money. You could buy an empty lot on the lake for $4 million. Not even a house there. So it's all about location. But this is just to see what's here. It's not at all what most people are looking for. As you can see, they're fenced, they're gated, and they're quite unbelievable. Now here I'm going to have to turn around because the park ends here. I'd like to live in this little house right on the lake. Now we're at Gilson Park. This is one of, there's so many great parks anywhere near the lake. This is one of them. And we're going to kind of take a look at what's here, even though it's raining and not warm. But it's beach, it's everything that people love to do when they're at a park. So we're going to take the slow way at Gilson Park. And that's without even doing a view of the lake. So everything behind us, which for anyone looking would be east, is the lake. And there's buildings, and I'll do a few shots every once in a while when there's an opening. But this is the park. I know it's fenced. They like to stop the leaves and the twigs and the this and the that. But man, when the weather's right. This is an incredible place to do so many things: picnic, swim, uh, play paddle ball, play catch, throw a football around. I mean, it's unbelievable. And people love to come here in the wintertime too, because it's a great place to bring your dog. Now, dogs have to be on a leash. That is something that you must follow. And the police are fine here. They're friendly, they're nice, they're helpful. You get a flat tire, they won't help you, but you know, they're nice. But it's just a great park. I don't know how much of it you could see here, but it's just acres and acres and acres. And we're going to go past an area where we'll be able to see a little more of the lake in a minute. So here's where we were taking the pictures of the west side of the park, and you could see there's a volleyball net set up, right? Pretty cool. Now we're going to take a look at the other side, right? Lake Michigan at its finest in December, 40 degrees. Now as you go either way on the beach, there's some very, very expensive houses, which you don't see because they wouldn't be at the park, but they would be down to the left or to the right of the beach. So the owner of the Cubs lives right on the beach. Very wealthy people, of course, which we're all wealthy in many ways. If you remember the condos I showed you by Plaza del Lago, you could kind of see them right there in a distance. Let me bring it up. Okay, that's only about a half a mile away. Gilson Park, right here in Wilmette. So I'm saving the best for last. You'll be seeing that in a minute. They always have these rock walls to cut down on the stream of water. So here we are at the Baha'i House of Worship, one of the greatest tourist places in all of Chicagoland area. Look at how gorgeous it is. So as you can see, these gardens are for prayer and spiritual reflection. Is this not? I've been inside. We're not going to go inside. You got to come here and I'll take you inside. We could all get inside. It's just so gorgeous. I love it here. I used to come here a lot. I mean, Wilmette is the home of the oldest Baha'i house of worship. Still standing, obviously. Built between 1912 and 1953. That's a lot of years to build anything. This originated in Iran and the Middle East. The Baha'is' faith has some 5 million people, and it emphasizes the unity of people around the world, rejecting racism, nationalism, and sectarianism. Boy, it's too bad that isn't happening today in our world. But you could always go in here and pray. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's just an incredible building. It's so incredible too when you really think about it, that it took 41 years to build, and it's right off of Sheridan Road and Lake Michigan. Baha'i House of Worship. Here's some houses that are directly across the street from Baha'i House of Worship. They're very nice houses. Like most houses in Wilmette, they're much older, built probably in the 1920s. A lot of times those kind of houses are great. They usually are made well, and they're all over Wilmette. There's a lot of people who have torn down houses and built brand new McMansions. This looks like a real great house here. And then actually what you have here, you wouldn't think it would be maybe a river, but it turns out well, this is, sometimes they have these over the railroads and the L's, which is another great thing about Wilmette is that you have that to get, because a lot of people's main destination for work a lot of times could be downtown Chicago. So we'll just go through a few of the properties, which are going to be a little larger properties because this is all east. This is a golf course, very inexpensive golf course. I've played here. Costs about $15 a round. We'll just take another look at about a block of houses. But everything in East Wilmette, which is what we're in, is much, much more expensive. I mean, these houses have to be $750,000 plus, and they could be 100 years old easily. Now, do you want to live in a $1 million, 100-year-old house? And another thing about Wilmette and about the properties is there's a lot of properties. Most of Wilmette has detached garages. If you could see past between the houses, the garages are detached. So that means they're not attached to the house. So if it's raining or snowing, because we do get snow here, you've got to walk with your groceries from your garage or with your kid. And that isn't what a lot of people want. But if they want Wilmette, then they settle for it. And there's a lot of expensive houses that have that. So we're going to end part one of Wilmette by going to the train station and the L station. So I live about 10 miles, 7 miles from here. And if I want to bypass the expressways, I come here and I take the L or the train, which takes you far, far south in Chicago. And if I want to go to Wrigley Field and don't want to deal with driving and trying to pay for parking and all that kind of good stuff, I come here. So this is the most eastern part where you pick up a train. Now there are trains all over the suburbs of Chicago. In every town there's a train close by that'll take you somewhere into the city of Chicago. This is also a little area of shopping, and it's very nice. We're gonna actually go just down a street or two so you can see it, but this area is really known for people coming and going south into downtown Chicago or coming home from downtown Chicago. But a lot of people work in downtown Chicago and they don't like driving. So it's only a couple of bucks to take the L.